Well, hello. I'm Bradley with the Blue Express, and I'm here interviewing Miss Morissette about her trip that she's going to be taking when she leaves Millbrook High School. Hello, how are you today?
Good afternoon. I'm well.
Okay, so it's been going around that next year you're not going to be here at Millbrook anymore. What are you planning to do when you're not here?
I'm actually retiring early, and my husband and I are moving to Cuenca, Ecuador.
That sounds very nice. What type of place are you moving into down there, or do you know yet?
Yeah, we're just going to do like an extended day hotel, a hotel that we stayed in last summer when we were doing field work about the city, and it's got a kitchen and a bathroom and a living room. We're going to have it for a month, and then he wants it closer. And then we're going to look for an apartment in the meantime.
That sounds really nice. So why don't I ask you about your time that you've had here at Millbrook? So in a few words, how would you describe your experience working here?
Well, I've been here 12 years. I'm a career switcher, and this was the first and only place I've ever taught. I teach cooking and interior design, which are two special interests of mine, and I really, really like my job. I like it a lot. I mostly have seniors, and I like it when you guys are old because you're feisty and you can take a joke. And we have a lot of fun. I've really, really enjoyed teaching at the high school level and enjoyed teaching, but this opportunity came up and it's like, why not?
Is there anything that you're not going to miss leaving here?
Getting up at 6:20, grading papers, ed line, cafeteria duty. What else? Having to dress up if I don't want to, having to pay to wear jeans. But really, those are kind of petty things. I really have enjoyed my job here.
So what's something that you really enjoyed from your time that you've spent here?
Feeling like you've kind of made a difference for students. And this might not sound like a big thing, but there have been people who have tried foods they've never had before. There have been people who have gone into nutrition-related fields or culinary fields or interior design because they really enjoyed one of my classes. And just, I really like knowing that I am teaching skills that you absolutely are going to use again. You have to eat. You have to feed yourselves. Some days you'll have kids and you will have to fix food for them. And I'm hoping somewheres rattling around in the backs of your brains will be some of the things that we talked about during our school year.
So I've also heard that you're in any club, that you run a club, the Japanese Culture Club. So how do you think that's going to go next year since you won't be here?
I don't know. They need a sponsor. Anybody out there interested, they need a sponsor for the Japanese Culture Club. And we're kind of talking about that and maybe morphing it into something else, like an international club, and trying to expand our membership base. But I really I can't see the future. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I hope well.
So why don't I go back to the topic of how you're going to Ecuador? After you've been there for a while, or after you've gotten full of your experience there, is there anywhere else that you want to try and go or that you plan on going to?
Well, we think that we're going to live there, and that will be our home base for quite a long time because the cost of living is incredibly reasonable. But there are a lot of places that we want to go. My husband and I want to go to India. We want to go to Thailand, probably Vietnam. I've been to Europe before and really enjoyed it. I'd love to go back there. And of course, we'll probably still try to come back to the United States at least a couple times a year.
So how are you planning on funding your trip through this? Because in all honesty, this is most likely going to be a very expensive trip.
It's not actually. You can get a 3-bedroom apartment there for $400 a month. So it's not bad. I have some retirement and we're starting an online business. And we both have lots of ideas for things. It's basically a time in our lives where we can afford to reinvent ourselves, and that includes how we make a living, because my husband is a 4th grade teacher at Powhatan. So we're probably not going to teach because they don't pay teachers well, and it's a lot of work for not a lot of money. But we kind of don't know. We're jumping and just holding out there that we're going to land well and we're going to have a great time, and people will come and visit us and we'll learn a lot, because I don't even speak Spanish at this point. Oh well, guess I'll change that.
So as a final thing to ask, what is a word of advice you can give for the person that's going to be replacing you next year?
Gosh, that's a good question. Keep it fun. If you feed them, they will come, but you have to have a good time as well, and just realize that you're dealing with teenagers. Teenagers like to eat, and if you can keep it fun, they will come to you and they will work with you, and everybody's happy. And really, to have a job that you love, that other people enjoy what you do, it's like one of the best things on earth.
Well, this is Bradley Sampson with Miss Morissette talking about her trip that she's going to take, and that's all.